Welcome to the bold analysis. There are over a million reasons, and I think why Raila Odinga team are heading back to the people. And of course, I agree with majority of Kenyans who believed that Raila might have made a wrong calculated move when he suspended the 30th April mass action. And I remember saying in this channel here that what Ruto has always wanted, and I analyzed that video few days, then I went home, and that was the day that bipartisan team was formed, and I analyzed and said that, nodding my head in a disapproval, that Ruto never meant for it, but just wanted to make sure that that mass action is not done, so that it can be seen as if he is trying to make some actions. He's going to take some action. But that was never the intention. So today, the Azimio team has confirmed that on 2nd May, they're heading back to the people. So they shall have a bit of a curtain raise on Friday when Raila arrives from Dubai. That meeting will be in, is it Kibera, Kamkunji? Then they will rest for Monday, the Labor Day. Then on Tuesday, they'll be back to mass action. And so, we are back to square one. And I don't know who is back to square one. I don't know whether it is President William Ruto or it is Raila Odinga. But again, the truth here is, we are back to square one. I want to agree, it's too late, too little. I've seen UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala now saying that they are willing to engage, they are willing to drop Aden Canaan so that Azimio can also drop Kosing. I think this is the truth. Kenya Kwanza have said they want that bipartisan approach team to take 90 days, and Raila is saying 1 month. They just want to spiral Raila around the problem. It is high time that if Ruto doesn't want that talks, I don't think Azimio la Umoja should entertain it. I think it's not. He doesn't want it, na ni mchezo wa paka na panya. It's some hide and seek game. I think Raila should now rise above that. That discussion, I think, is now settled. You do not have that intention. There is a tweet by today. There is a tweet by Mutahi Ngunyi that has really provoked my thoughts here. Today, former President Uhuru Kenyatta came out and went to Jubilee headquarters to help stand in solidarity with Jeremiah Kioni. And one of the observations that we made is that he went casually, walking with the public, and was flanked by leaders and people who had always been around Raila Odinga, the Nuru Okanga, and he just walked with Kenyans to that place. And immediately when he arrived, he actually ordered police out of that venue. And within some few seconds, actually the police left that place. The act of Uhuru Kenyatta coming out in defense of Jeremiah Kioni, that is not the first time that this was happening. It is not the first time that Kioni was coming under trouble from the Kanini Kege side. But Kioni had been under trouble even before this political parties tribunal continued with their stuff. So something happened, and the act of him coming out has really elicited a debate in this country. Uhuru Kenyatta is still actively involved in Jubilee politics, and Mutahi Ngunyi is saying this in Twitter. Dear Ruto, you just added fuel to Maandamano next week by invading Uhuru Kenyatta Jubilee Party after Northlands. When will these tactical missteps end? I analyzed in my video about this fact and said that Jubilee Party on ground, on public court, it belongs to Uhuru Kenyatta. Maybe on paper, someone might be sleeping with the registration certificate. But the person that remained with that party, even when everyone else left, that person was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So that party technically belonged to him. So any attempt to stage some coup in that party is just sort of trying to overthrow Uhuru Kenyatta. And I don't agree with what Mutahi is saying, that we're just adding salt into this. Because if you look at the body language, the way he came out, he was so strong. And for the first time, he commented about the general election, that we gave out power, peaceful transition, but was taking stock by the fact that they are being harassed, or rather, they are being targeted in the political party's purge. There are some 4 factors that are actually fueling mass action. And someone listening to William Ruto should tell him, share this video with anyone who is his advisor. There are some 4 issues that, in the context of what Mutahi Ngunyi is talking about, is fueling that mass action. Maybe President Ruto knows and do not want to go with that truth, or maybe has accepted that that is not it. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. Thank you very much for your support, for each and every one that is supporting this channel. I don't take it for granted. For those who are sending feedbacks about Bold Charity Network, I'm so grateful. And of course, we are synchronizing it, and it will come out. The end product will be something that can impact the society. Whenever the state tries to use police to manage political process, that's where you miss it. And I think it is not when the state misuses the police that's to manage political process, that is what causes mayhem. And let me use a good example. Northland City, a raid was conducted the whole day, people invading and the ship being stolen, and the police kept off. You know, today, Kanini Kega wanted to take over Jubilee Party headquarters as the new SG, according to their purported coup, that fake coup they hatched in Nakuru. So if you mean well, you want to take over the party, why do you carry yourself with all those police vehicles, to go there? What for? If you mean you just want to go and take over the party. It's deployment of the police. And look at it. Even there was altercation between the 2 camps, and even some people were injured. So you see what the president went and even ordered the police, and was saying that the police are having very serious jobs, very serious things to do outside there. You know, I don't know whether sometimes we're just very idle. We are making a lot of mistakes. The moment you deploy police to manage political process, you provoke politicians. Well, so long as you mismanage, that's it. And I know very well, the reason why Uhuru Kenyatta left his residence to go to Jubilee Party headquarters in Kileleshwa, which is the place they rented, by the way, is because of the presence of the police. And let's be reasonable enough. Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege, the new offices that you guys were really planning to take over, you don't even know how rent is paid there. You know, I'm like, some people are just so, you know, they are very disgusting. I'm like, Jubilee Party, it's Uhuru Kenyatta that have been paying the rent. So how do you wake up and say you want to take over that building? As in, even to the tenant, how does he even know you? You know some things, surely, some things really doesn't even make sense. You even wonder, even if you are being used, even if it is clear that President Uhuru Kenyatta is using Kanini Kega and the Sabina Chege camp just to destabilize that party. But it has to be done within the context of the law. I don't think it's physically going to take over. Number 2, Ruto seems to have developed a combative approach in achieving its objectives. You can't deal with the public with thorax. You're forcing. You know, that's why the 3% tax deduction collapsed. That's why it hit a snag, because it was being forced down people's throat. That's not how you should actually work with the society. So the combative approach looks like you don't care about what is going on. There is something, 2 issues that I want to tell you. One is political hypocrisy in dealing with Azimio la Umoja. That's one of the reasons why those people are going to the street. If you're asking, server. No, there is just political hypocrisy. I want to believe the said meeting, purported meeting between Ruto and Raila in the eve of the 30th cancellation of the mass action really had clearly spelled out um, terms of reference on what was really going to be the next phase of engagement. And I remember analyzing that I don't trust William Ruto. The handshake between Raila and Uhuru, I think, is one that will never exist again. So there is that political hypocrisy. But in this sense, he didn't want it. So when next will you even then come out and reason? He's chosen that, look here, we're going to face it that way. Then lastly, I think the factors that is also fueling that mass action is half-baked Unga narrative. You cannot talk about Unga in political rallies and in social media, but on ground, where is that Unga? We are in the second week where we were told now the Unga is supposed to retail at 150 shillings. It's not yet there. So we've made noise, and then you seem to be just trying to manage expectations, and you don't have the solutions. So it's about time. And according to me, these are some of the few challenges that must really be looked at if Uhuru Kenyatta and, or rather if William Ruto really know. I want to agree that Uhuru Kenyatta coming out and the way he came out is a signal. That is some of the factors that are fueling the mass action. Thank you, guys.